Have you ever wondered how many identities do we have? Well, we might have several, but they're all part of the same information bubble. And it's the snippet that we show outside that define our identity. Is you might have the way you show up in the world, the way you show up to your friends, the way you show up in social media. And so it's all a set of information about yourself that you send out to define you the way you want to be. So it's the projection of yourself and the way you communicate that projection of yourself to others. So your identity is the sense of yourself from your point of view that you communicate outside. So you have your public identity, is how everyone knows you. That's how the government knows you, with your name, with your place of birth, all your personal information that are public domain. Then you have all the collection of your communication on social media. That's your social media identity. Then you have what you tell your friend. So all information, prior information that you broadcast outside is defining a set of identity, those set of information. And depending on which set of information you take, if they are packaged differently, if they are on different medium, they define a separate identity because they might differ. You might show up at work on a certain profile under a certain personality trait. You will have attribute that you show to you within your work environment, and it can be different when you're at home, and it can be different when you're with your friend, and that's different when you party. When you do any activities, you might go on a hike and then behave a certain way, that's your hiking identity and so on. So we might have several identities, but there's one that is your true authentic self, is that you're the only one to know. You're the only one to prove you are yourself. Like if I ask you to prove who you are as an identity person, as a person, an authentic person, you're the only one capable of proving who you are. And it's not a question of having on a system a login or a password, those are pieces of information that you use to authenticate yourself. But in general, who you are is, the proof of who you are is a secret that you keep, that no one else, not a single soul in the universe knows. And you decide to share some secret information with every other individual to prove you who you are. And that's the basis of cryptography. Is your ability of keeping a secret as a way of authenticate yourself on every relationship you have with others. It's like I prove who I am with someone by telling them something that they are the only one knowing. Some prior communication. So everything that you communicate with someone is how they define yourself. And so that's the knowledge that you share, the relationship, the history of the relationship with them that define to their eyes who you are. And you authenticate with them by recording some piece of information that only themselves knows. And so identity is the ability of a living form to hold a secret. Authentication is the ability of revealing a shared secret from past relationship. And if you use the secret as a definition of life, of identity, then a shared secret defines an identity of a group, of an organism, a set of a plurality of living individuals, which is an organism. So if you have one cell, like a biological cells that hold their information about what the cell is, what is the function, and so on, and you have two cells, then you start to have an organism. And the shared secret that they have together is the identity of that dual set of cells. And so on a biological level, our biological identity is the shared secret that all our cells have. As soon as that you communicate something that no one else knows, you are creating a new identity of an organism. A group of living being is defined by the shared secret that they have together. So every time that you authenticate, you communicate a shared secret that is only known by the recipient. So every time that you communicate, you create a new organism because you are sharing a secret.